Hello everyone, my name is Tomko, and today I'm showing you how to make the automatic moss bone meal farm. So not only will this thing produce you lots of moss, it will also produce you quite a bit of bone meal. For every bone meal you put in, you'll get over 2 bone meal back. So it over doubles what you put in, which is crazy. But to work the farm, you simply switch it on, and then you watch. This thing is actually really satisfying to watch. And if we look down here, you can see we've already got bone meal put in the chest. And I think the best thing about this is that there's no zero ticks involved whatsoever. So you can build it once and it will never break. And so with that, let me show you how to build it. Alright, so to build it, you're going to need yourself 11 blocks long by 7 blocks wide by 7 blocks tall area. Then these hoppers and chests over here are the same as these hoppers and chests over here. So you can use that to line up the build correctly, so you can kind of orientate it correctly. And then to build it, this is everything you're going to need. Bear in mind the slabs, they can be any type of slab, but you do need 30 stone blocks. And then you don't have to have glass, I just like to see how it works. But I suppose you could use any blocks to replace the glass. But then once you've got everything, we can start. Alright, so to start off, you're going to place rails on top of these 3 hoppers like this. 1, 2, and 3. So if you haven't got these hoppers in already, now would be a great time to do that. You're going to place slabs either side of the hoppers. Powered rails on top of the slabs. With blocks either side of the powered rails, like that. You're going to place a lever on the side of this block on the left. This is going to be your input lever, by the way, so this is going to be how you turn off and on the machine. But on the other side, you want to dig yourself a little hole. And place a lever on the bottom of this block and switch it on so this rails turns on. You then place your minecart with hopper on top of this off rail, like so. So if we flip this lever, this goes back and forth. And this will be the thing that collects all of our moss on all of our drops. But turn that off for now. Right, so you want to come behind your input block. You can place a redstone torch, dust on the floor, another bit of dust in front of that, like so. Then come round to the right of it, with a regular piston facing towards you, like so. A redstone block in front of the piston, come round to the other side, and place the piston facing the other way, like that. You then get some hoppers out, and place a temporary block here. A hopper going into that block. It's very important that this hopper's tail is like facing into the block. Remove this block, then crouch and place another hopper going into this hopper. So it looks like that. You then get 2 comparators out, and place comparators coming away from either hopper at either side. So one going that way, one going that way. Solid blocks in front of both of those with dust next to this one, like that. You then put your 11 dirt inside of this hopper, like that. So this is going to be the hopper clock that kind of times everything and makes sure it all goes off at the right times. You'll get what I mean shortly. You then place another redstone torch on the side of this block over here, just in front of it, get a repeater out, set the repeater to 4 ticks, just to the right of that, like so. 2 dust in front of it, a comparator coming away from the dust, going into 2 more dust, with a comparator going back into that dust, so you've made yourself a little loop. You then come up a few blocks, so that's 1, 2, 3, you want to crouch, you can place an observer facing upwards on top of this first comparator, like so. Then remove your temporary blocks. You then come back round to this side where it has your input lever. You can place a piston just in front of this torch, like that. 3 blocks in front of this piston, so that's 1, 2, 3. Redstone block at the end, like so. Temporary block down with another regular piston pushing against it, like so. You then put a bit of dust below this redstone block. It'll obviously turn on. Block to the left of it, come round to the back. Torch on top of this, with a repeater set that to 4 ticks coming away, like so. Block to the left of this torch. Another 4 tick repeater going into that block. Block behind the repeater. 4 tick repeater going into that block. You then place a 3 tick repeater coming away from this 4 tick, like so. Then connect them both up with a bit of redstone dust. You then come another block up from this block. You do the same thing we did over here, but on top of this repeater. So observer facing upwards, just like so. And believe it or not, that is all the brains of the farm done. And pretty much all it is a massive clock. Alright, so then we'll come back around to the front. You're going to kind of jump on top of this block over here. You can just place stone blocks on top of all your rails, including the powered ones. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there is a rail under here, so that makes it 5. You're going to come all the way to the back. You're going to place a solid block on top of this observer, 2 blocks towards you, and 2 blocks coming away from it, like so. Then run dust along all these blocks, like that, with pistons coming towards you, just like that. So it looks like this if I were to move away. You're then to add in 4 more rows of stone coming towards you if you were standing at the back. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like so. Alright, so now you want to come to the underside of everything and you want to get your slabs out. What you want to do, make your way to these back pistons and place 2 rows of slabs going all along the edge, like that. Then come round to this section and do the same thing under every single one of the stone blocks you just placed. Obviously you can't do the ones on top of the rails, that's fine, just make sure to do every single one else. That doesn't make sense, you get what I mean. Then come back round to the front and just place 5 obsidian blocks in front of all the stone. Just like that. You now want to kind of jump up until the top. And you need to get your glass blocks out since we're going to make a kind of like protection wall, I guess. But starting off, you're going to place 2 glass here. Same thing on the other side. 2 glass here. Blocks up like that. Then run a line of glass going all on top of the pistons, like so. You're going to come a block forward. Do the same thing going all the way along the edge, like that. You then get a dispenser out. You want to remove the middle glass. You want to place your dispenser in there, just like that. So this is where your water is going to be coming out of. Just don't put the water in yet, since you don't want to ruin everything. You then remove this first layer of stone. And you want to move it underneath this layer at the back, like this. So it goes just there. But don't worry, it'll automatically get regenerated once the farm is booted up. You then to make yourself a little infinite water source. It appears I built this on top of a lake, so I don't need that. But in case you don't know, you make an infinite water source by just doing like that. And you can harvest it from the corners. But then what you want to do is you want to waterlog every single one of these pistons. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You then get your lava bucket out. You want to place it behind this dispenser, just like that. And what this will do is that will make stone. Awesome. Alright, so you want to find this dispenser. You want to crouch and place an observer facing upwards, coming away from it, with a solid block on top of that, like so. Oops, I've fallen off. Don't do that. You don't get your slab out. But bear in mind, this slab has to be of the stone variant, otherwise it may get burnt. So make sure it's some form of stone slab, not wood. You then get a repeater out. You can place a 4-layer repeater coming away from this block, like so. Going into another solid block. Jump back up, if I can. And then put a bit of dust on top of this block, like so. You then get your copper bulb out. It doesn't have to be waxed. I just prefer the look of it when it is waxed. I've fallen off again. Then get a comparator out. You can place a comparator coming away from the copper bulb. 2 top facing slabs in front of the comparator. So it looks like that if I were to zoom out. Get 2 repeaters out. Place 2 repeaters and set both of them to 4 ticks. So that's 1, that's 2. Then make your way downwards. Get a sticky piston out. You want to crouch and place a sticky piston in front of this repeater, like that, so it's facing downwards. Then get a glass block out and place it below this, like so. Place a torch to the left of the sticky piston. Come 2 blocks down from the torch, remove this top block, put dust on top of this block next to the glass. You can see that it's turned on. Then you get another dispenser out, you just place it on the floor so it's pointing towards that dispenser. Like that. Then this is where your singular moss block is going to go that starts the entire farm. And so that's all the technical stuff done. We just have to make a few more alterations. Right, start off, you want to come to the glass wall over here. You want to carry this on, going all the way to the edge over here. Like that. You then come another layer up. Go all the way around the obsidian. Same thing on this side. So a wall of glass like so. All the way to the edge. Another block up, going all the way around it like that. You then want to run slabs along all these wall blocks. Like that. You can then drop down. You want to put glass blocks underneath all of these obsidian blocks. And in front of them all, like that. You should probably fill in the corners as well. And what this will do is this will stop all the items from escaping. Alright, so you can then turn the farm on. And what this will do is this will start the stone generator. It won't do anything else since we haven't given it anything it needs, but your platform should fully fill up like that. And then once it has done, we can turn the farm off. You then put your bone meal inside of this dispenser, a singular water bucket inside of this dispenser, and that is everything done. So when we turn it on, it all starts working. Awesome. So you can see all the drops will get pushed to the edge, then the water will destroy them all, also moving it to the edge. Then the minecart goes back and forth, collecting everything, and then they'll make their way into these double chests. And then if you want this thing to produce bone meal, all you have to do is remove these double chests. Dig yourself a little hole. Move the double chest down here. Hoppers going into them with composters on top of them like so. And I'll all get turned into bone meal and then put inside the double chest. Just like that. But for now, let's turn the farm off. Anyways, that is tutorial done. Any questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments or join the Discord. That is the best place to contact me. But that's all for me, and I'll see you all later. Have fun in your new awesome automatic moss / bone meal farm. Bye!